All right, shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give our praises, our glory, our honors unto Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect. This will be a update. This will be an update on the MOTB and the coming technology that will digitize the planet Earth under Esau's system before his system is taken down. Okay. So this is the website biometricupdate.com, and just a few headlines that I saw that caught my eye that I want to bring to the attention of the hopeful elect here. And what you have here says, from Central Asia to the world, digitalization drive pushes new biometric startups. Okay, so there is a digitalization that is moving the biometric technology forward all around the world. Okay, and you got these different groups, these different Israelite schools and churches and camps and groups that are now speaking on this coming digitalization and the CBDC, but they just won't link it to the prophecy in Revelation the 13th chapter, which is a shame. All right, and of course, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashmi Yahweh Shai, has to open your eyes to see it. Okay, he has to open your eyes to see it, but to have this understanding is important. But to say that the MOTB is sin and an embargo and John 3:16 and all these other things that don't even correlate with that scripture or the prophecy in any language is just foolish, So this is from back in May. So now it says, nestled between large countries such as India, China, and Russia, Central Asia has long suffered from poor connections, both physically and digitally. But over the past years, the region has been investing in its digital infrastructure, including its biometric industry, with startups now expanding across the world. All right. And this here is important. It says a big impetus for this was the crisis, which hastened the introduction of digital services. But the region is also seeing the attention rise for domestic products after Russia's invasion of Ukraine. So these things that are happening overseas are directly affecting the way these countries and these governments are now moving towards making sure people are identified, making sure that things are put in a digital form to keep track and control of certain things. Okay, and now Central Asia is well on its way. So I'm gonna jump around a little bit. Let me see here. It says, with 70 million people interspersed across 5 countries, the region is relatively small and crowded. Talking about Central Asia. It says, but thanks to public sector investment in e-government projects, the biometrics industry has been rising. So now you have something called the e-government. Okay. It says the regional leader is Kazakhstan, which ranks 28th in the UN United Nations e-government survey 2022. With the highest e-government development index values. The country aims to be among the top 30 developed countries in the world by 2050. So this is a part of the agenda of the elites to fully centralize and control everything with these e-governments. This is why you're seeing a number of different countries adopt national IDs in digital form, which is going to lead to the MOTB, which is the physical implant in your hand or in your forehead. Okay? It says, as a country, we're pouring a lot of money into so-called e-government, says Bastemiev. So there's a lot of money with these countries pouring it into e-government. Okay? AI and all these things. This is why that's a big thing. You think this AI stuff you can do on your phone and your computer, you think that, no, man, that's a way watered down technology that they're allowing the people to get used to and get gradually used to. Okay? They got big plans for this digital technology, man. A digital world. It says in 2020, the National Bank of Kazakhstan launched a remote biometric identification service, allowing citizens to access commercial financial services. Now you see how they're linking this biometric technology to buying and selling. That's why that point is so clear and specified in Revelation 13:16, because it's all about buying and selling, right? In the 17th verse. That's going to be the key. The key, of course, this technology will do more, but that is the key point. I mean, the world is not ruled by athletes; it's ruled by bankers. So why not tie everything to their control through money, through financial means? So of course, buying and selling will be the key thing to get the bankers control of the planet Earth. That's what Esau wants. Okay? It says the launch allowed banks to open accounts remotely for crediting social benefits during the crisis. About 2.5 million Kazakh citizens can now access over 400 public services through the eGov mobile application, only using biometrics. And now they have it here in the States, in the U.S., where you can put your digital IDs on your mobile phone. You know, you could put your debit and credit cards on your mobile phone. So now you have a one-stop shop for pretty much all of your IDs, and that technology and that access is only going to grow as different companies adapt to Android and Apple. Okay. It says biometric technologies have also become widespread in the banking sector. I just said that about the banks. It says, with the help of the business sector, the country has moved towards a cashless economy, and that is coming to America, Babylon the Great. Okay. It says, with more than 74% of transactions now being cashless. I read a little bit more. It says, although lagging behind Kazakhstan, other Central Asian countries are also investing in digital strategies. The Digital Kyrgyzstan 2019 to 2023 strategy plans to provide 80% of public services online. Among the last in the region to follow in digital public services investment was Uzbekistan, which launched its Digital Uzbekistan 2030 strategy in 2020. It plans to digitize all of its government services by 2026. You Israelites, you really have to pay attention, and you have to look for these things. Don't just bash Great Millstone and GMS like we don't have proof, foolproof information. These are articles you can look into. This is what they're doing. IUIC done a video on digital economy. HOI done a video on digital economy. Digital, things going digital, whereas monetarily. So okay. This is why we say that a lot of these different leaders outside of Great Millstone, some of them have been compromised, right? Whether they took money to not teach certain things, or they're purposely avoiding, this topic because of your lack of faith, and you can't see anything, beyond this world. And how it's evil. No, this is leading to an evil world, which is why the Lord is given the keys to the understanding, which is the prophecies, okay, before it happens, so you can know not to take the MARK when it comes. Okay? It says more investment into digital services may come from global players. While China is expanding its presence with its digital Silk Road strategy, the European Union, the beast, okay, the European Union is a part of the beast, has been promoting digital cooperation through the EU Central Asia Digital Connectivity Initiative. See, they have all these initiatives and plans and agendas that you Israelites, you're not keen on to. Okay, but the information is out there. All right, and Lord willing, the hopeful elect can understand what is going on here. It says the World Bank has been working on digital infrastructure. See this, and this is why we haven't seen the prophecy be fully fulfilled yet, because in order for Esau to actually push the technology to beast, which is a physical device with digital uh, um, um, with the digital pretty much it's going to be the key to this digital world that Esau is establishing, right? But it's going to be a physical thing put in your body. He has to set the infrastructure up first. In 2020, with the crisis that happened, that was the catalyst behind pushing the world to adopting these digital strategies. Okay? It says the World Bank has been working on digital infrastructure through its digital CASA regional program, and the Eurasian Economic Union (EAEU) is carrying out its digital agenda until 2025. Okay? So this is heavy, man. This is heavy major news. They're linking the world together. Asia, Europe, which if you connect Asia, you got to connect Africa because China's in Africa. All right. If you connect Europe, then you got to connect America and Canada because they're all connected together. The whole world is being digitalized right before our eyes. Okay. All right. That's a title right there. The world is being digitalized right before our eyes. All right. Let's prove more. All right. So this is also from May. This is Gabon. All right. Which is in Africa. It says Gabon hopes to deliver on its lingering national ID card promise this year. All of this is from 2023. Okay? It says this December could usher in good tidings for citizens of the Central African nation of Gabon, which have gone for many years without seeing any new issuance of the national ID card. This is if things roll on as planned by the administration of President Ali Bongo Ondimba. Okay. Many citizens in the highly forested and sparsely populated nation of 2.5 million people believe it will be easier for them to go about their daily activities if they had valid ID cards, which are necessary for completing a wide range of transactions with both government and private sector entities. So you have to see exactly what is going on. They're moving these countries to and I did videos on this before in Australia and other countries in Asia and Europe. They're having these national ID cards being pushed, and then they make them digital so they can access government services, and that's happening over here in America as well. Okay, this is Bible prophecy unfolding before our eyes, man. Okay, and this is just one country. Let's go to the next one. Here we go. This is from the day, June. Iris Guard Biometrics to support Ethiopia's G2C payments financial inclusion. Remember, everything is leading into the financial sector, into banking, into central bank digital currencies. Okay, and they're using biometrics. It says Iris Guard is extending its iPay network platform to Ethiopia. Okay, so last country was Gabon in Central Africa. This is Ethiopia, which is in East Africa, right? It says to enable millions of people easily access government to citizen payments, G2C. That's a new one, G2C, government to citizen payments, and a move to facilitate digital financial transactions and advance financial inclusion. Just like they got the Fed now, which is going to be introduced over here in America. All right. They have these platforms over there overseas as well. And an announcement, Iris Guard, and we know that I is, symbolism for the elites and their, control. But it says it's working with Ethiopian fintech startup ArifPay to deploy its robust payment architecture, which uses iris biometrics as the only method of authentication for listen, read it again. In an announcement, Iris Guard says it's working with Ethiopian fintech startup ArifPay to deploy its robust payment architecture, which uses iris biometrics as the only method of authentication for payments, which ensures that only intended beneficiaries are served. So basically, that's basically them making it mandatory. Oh, well, no, you have to use this Iris Guard payment system, scan your eyeball, your iris, okay? We'll take a biometric digital copy of your eye, and that's how you be able to pay for, services. These government to citizen payment systems, okay? The only method of authentication for payments, okay? See, they're doing something gradualism. They're gradually pushing this technology, biometric technology. Oh, you can use your eye. Oh, you can use your palm. Oh, you can use your fingerprint. Oh, you can, use your face ID, things like that. But eventually, they're going to say, you know what? We're going to put a device inside of it. That's why the thing with Elon Musk and Neuralink is so big. Okay? And they have this iPay network. And remember, it's all about payments. It's all about banking, biometrics, payments. Okay? Let me see here. It says, as part of our global expansion plans, we look forward to working with local partners who share our passion for innovation and for expanding financial inclusion in new regions across the world. This is a global planet Earth agenda. All right? Remember, Esau was given the blessing of ruling the planet Earth in these last days. The final leg of that beast. Okay, the ancient Roman Empire didn't have control of the planet Earth, but now this new revived Roman Empire, Esau is able to connect with the other nations to rule the earth. Okay, to try to achieve that blessing. All right, but we know that through prophecy is going to be cut short and given to Jacob. But this has to start to take shape first. It says ArifPay CEO Bernard Larendel says the solution will enable his company to serve millions of Ethiopians. Now, Larendel is definitely not an Ethiopian. That's not a Cushite. So it goes back to Esau. His agenda, his technology, his companies, his plans. The nations are just continuing to buy into it. It says, ArifPay CEO Bernard Larendal says the solution will enable his company to serve millions of Ethiopians without a bank account. Oh, you don't have a bank account? Or you homeless? That's okay. Just scan your eye. That's what they're doing now. It says we are excited to work with Iris Guard in Ethiopia and about the potential the iPay network. All right, iPay, EYE-Pay, not iPay like Apple, but iPay, EYE-Pay network platform brings to Ethiopia and the African continent. Africa's a continent, Europe's a continent, Asia's a continent. Then you got the Americas, north to south. It's a global agenda. It's a plan that we're seeing. The world is digitalizing before our eyes. Okay? This solution will enable us to serve millions of unbanked people and support the government's ongoing efforts to digitize the economy at the highest level of accountability and transparency. And it's all about payments, okay? So this is how the world is moving right now. All roads lead to the MOTB. All roads lead to the digital device, the physical digital device inside the human body, which would be used for buying and selling. Okay? Here we go. Another one from a few days ago. Digital ID enrollment efforts scale up in Kuwait, Nigeria. Check out the Middle East and Africa again. Nigeria's National Identity Management Authority says it is intensifying efforts to get many more citizens and legal residents in the country enroll their biometrics for the National Identification Number, a NIN. That's what everybody's gonna have. That's gonna be attached to that chip eventually. As issuance figures keep growing by the day. The pledge comes after statistics from the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics. Now, this is where a lot of our people are Israelites in the west coast of Africa, Nigeria. And they're being led as sheep to the slaughter to the MOTB system. Now, the elect that is in that country in West Africa and Nigeria is not going to take it, of course. But a lot of our people that's still there that don't understand, they're going to take it. It says, the pledge comes out. The statistics from the NBS reveal that the number of NINs issued climbed by 400% within a period of 1 year, reports Business Day. The number of new NINs rose from 5 million in 2020 to 27 in 2021 per the Nigeria Bureau of Statistics. It says similar efforts are swirling up in Kuwait. Now, going back to the 90s, during the Gulf War period and what was going on in that time period in the early 90s, you had Kuwait and Belarus and all these different countries, Iraq and these countries in the Middle East were all a part of this war and bombings and things that happened. So, Esau definitely has a hand still in that region. So this is out of Kuwait. It says similar efforts are swirling up in Kuwait as the country says the number of citizens enrolling their fingerprints as part of a national ID scheme is also increasing with over 500K enrollments in just weeks. Okay. There you go. There you go. All right. So now, let me jump down. It says, the upswing in NIN issuance has been attributed to many factors, including a directive by the federal government in 2020 to have NINs linked to SIM cards. And next, they're going to have the NIN numbers be linked to the implant in your hand or your forehead. The MOTB is coming, man. Okay? It says, this led to many Nigerians rushing for the NIN. And this is what you Israelites are going to do. This is what 2/3 of you niggas are going to do. You're going to rush to get this, the MOTB. And you Israelites that understand and know you're Israelites, you're not teaching the prophecy in Revelation 13 chapter the right way as Great Millstone teaches it. You're leading your people to rush right to this type of thing. Now, this isn't the MOTB right now. But they're being the people, you have our people being conditioned already. And you got IRC, right? And the Apostle Hart mentioned this in a recent video that Nate and them was thinking about going to Ghana. If it's happening in Nigeria, it's going to happen in Ghana. So no matter where you go, you're not going to escape this agenda. Hell, you go over there now. And in these times now, they'll get the MOTB pushed out before it even gets to America. So you just running right into it, That's the spirit you people are in, you Israelites are in, man. Pay attention. Stop being so proud, man. It said this led to many Nigerians rushing for the NIN in order to avoid being shut out of telecommunication services. It's a government threatened, and that's what's going to happen. This world, these Edomites, man, and this system is going to threaten you people to get the MOTB soon. Okay, because if it's working in West Africa amongst you Jakes, it definitely going to work here in the American hoods of the rest of you Israelites out there that don't know what's going on in other places in America amongst the other nations. It's going to be pushed in a heavy manner, and it's going to be soon, man. Okay. I think I'm gonna just go ahead and end it here because there's so many things coming out now, right? This is Revelation, the 13th chapter, right? And I'm going to just read verse 15. It says, and he had power to give life unto the image of the beast. This Edomite and his system, this UN, NATO, EU, American, Western hegemony, this system, all right, is pushing a new image, right? It's the beast. It's the Roman Empire revived all over again. The beast, the fourth beast. But the image is pushing it is a new system, not white Jesus. Okay, it's the system, your way of life, what you see around you, how you interact with the world. That's the image. All right. And it says that the image of the beast should both speak and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. See, people are going to be threatened by these governments to get it, or you won't be able to see right now. All right, like it said in the article, right? These Nigerians are being threatened by the government to not have access to their telecommunication services. But then, as talks are being said that there's going to be another demic to come, they'll say, hey, you know what? If you don't get this and be enrolled in this system and get this device in your your forehead or your hand, then we're going to have to take you out. You're going to be arrested, and there's reports of people being taken in, and they're going to arrest you, and they're going to have to take you out because they're going to say that you're a threat to society. This is the type of draconian measures that the beast is going to resort to. Okay? It says, and cause that as many as would not worship the image of the beast should be killed. And then they're going to give you the MOTB, and it's going to be tied to, like it says in the 17th verse, buying and selling. So that's what's happening in the world, man. Asia, Europe, Africa, over here in the Americas and everywhere else. The digitalization of the nations. That's another one. The digitalization of the nations is happening before our eyes, man. Okay? So with that, I'm going to end it there. All praise and glory and honor is going to Yahweh B'Shem Yahushai B'Shem Kakwadash. Double honors to the apostles and the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom.